Hi everybody, welcome back. So today we've got a 20-minute abdominal exercise for all levels. There will be options for each exercise. We have a set of 7 exercises. We're doing 50 seconds on and 15 seconds off. After each round, you'll have a break, time for some water, and we're going 3 times. Okay, so for now, just lay down onto your back. Pull your tummy in tight to keep your lower back right down on the floor. So don't start just yet. Hands into the lower back, legs up. Point the toes if you can in 5 seconds. We're doing those full circles from 12 o'clock all the way around. So from here, take it all the way around back to the top and slowly back, keeping your lower back down onto the mat. Now your option here is just to do a half circle with a single leg. So point the toes, keep your legs nice and strong, nice and long, and keep your tummy in as tight as you can all the way. So 25 seconds left. Just keep the chin into the chest as well, so your spine stays nice and long. And if your back starts to lift off the floor when you get tired, it's fine just to reduce the range. So just do smaller circles. So 5 seconds. Well done. And from there, propping yourself up onto your elbows, legs straight. You're coming all the way in and pushing out. So hold it now. You've got a break for 5 seconds. Tummy in, legs out straight. Point the toes, knees in and push away. So again, as you push the legs away, squeeze your thighs, point your toes. Now all the time, I want you to make sure your core is nice and strong. So you're going to pull your tummy right in towards your lower back, reducing the space between the tummy and your back. Well done. So we've got 20 seconds left here. Squeeze your thighs every time you take the legs away. Abs staying as tight as you can. Keep going, 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Well done. Take a break. So from there, we're coming all the way up, reaching that top arm up and over, and then back down, pushing your weight through your forearm. Option is to do the same thing with your bottom knee down on the floor. So 50 seconds on, 15 seconds off. So remember, your option is to keep your bottom leg down on the floor. Lift as high as you can every time. Bring that top arm right up and over the face. So reducing the space between the ribs and the hips underneath, and increasing the space and stretching on the top. Come on, stay strong. 10 more seconds. Well done. So from there, onto your tummy, into a hover position. It's fine to keep your knees down here. We're going to go from here to here and back down. So hold it there. We're still on a break. 1 second. Here we go. So from there, up onto your hands, back down onto your forearms. Now when you come up, I want you to just make sure that your hands are directly beneath your shoulders. Try and keep your hips nice and still, pull your tummy tight and squeeze the muscles in your bottom. Well done, we're halfway. Remember, it's fine to put your knees down on the floor if at any time you feel any discomfort in your lower back. 10 seconds. Well done, last one. Knees down, and then your head at the other end of the mat, into your side bends. You can have your knee down if you want to. Don't start just yet. So 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So lift and lower. Nice and high. So remember that top arm comes right up over the ear and you lift your hips up as high as you can. Reducing the space between the ribs and the hips on the underneath side and stretching on the top. Good job. 8 seconds. Well done. From there, onto your back. Heels underneath your knees, hands to your head. You're coming up, side, centre, down, and then the same on the other side. So hold it down. Remember, this is your break. Lift up, elbows open, centre, release, and the same thing on the other side. So lift up as high as you can. Shoulders off the floor, tummy nice and tight, your lower back always staying down. So remember, your hands are here to support your head. Try not to pull on the head. So we're making sure it's these abdominal muscles here that are doing the work. Nearly there. So 10 more seconds. Well done, take that down, and your next move. From there, head and shoulders come up, and you're bringing your fingertips up towards your toes, lifting your head and shoulders. Option here, hands to head, with your legs slightly bent. Here we go, 50 seconds on, lift, and lower. So I want you to just try and make sure that you lift your head and shoulders every time, and that your lower back stays down. If your lower back starts to lift, then just reduce the range of motion. So don't take your legs quite so far. Head stays up every time. Come on, stay strong. You've got 20 seconds. Try and finish the set if you can. And if you start to really fatigue, take the option before you give up. 5 seconds. Well done. So take a break, have a drink, 2 more sets to do. Okay, so as soon as you're ready, back to position. So back onto the mat, nice and long. Take a few seconds just to make sure your core muscles are switched on nice and tight. And from there, double leg circle. So all the way around and back. 50 seconds. So I want you to keep your feet together. Squeeze your thighs, just like in round 1. Same thing. So each time we do this, you're going to be a little bit more tired. It's really important to be mindful of your lower back. And just remember, it's the muscles in your tummy that protect your lower back. So you've got to make sure that your core is always engaged. Remember, if you start to tire here, just lower a single leg instead of 2. Well done, last one. And then heels down, prop yourself up onto your elbow. Remember, this is a break. So from there, legs up, you're bringing the knees in, and then you're going to extend out. So 3 seconds, keep your chest high, point the toes, knees and feet together. Knees right into the chest, and everything but your legs stay completely still. You've got to really squeeze your thighs as you take the legs apart, away. If you want to work a little bit harder, take your feet further towards the floor. So you're placing a little bit more demand on your tummy. Don't do that at the expense of your lower back. Come on, nearly there. You've got 10 more seconds. 3 seconds. Well done. Legs down. You're going to roll over onto your side with your elbow underneath your shoulder and lift your hips up as high as you can with an option of keeping the bottom knee down. Here we go, 50 seconds. Lift the hips as high as you can and then all the way back down again. Taking that top arm up and over the head. Hold your tummy in tight and make sure that every single repetition is a full range. Try not to push through your elbow, so you're pushing the weight down through your forearm. So great job. 20 seconds remain, nice and high every time. Bottom knee down if you need to. It's fine to take options. One more. Well done. So back to 15 seconds break, onto your tummy, into a hover. So you're going to go from a hover up to a plank in a nice, smooth transition. It's fine to keep your knees down. That's your option. Here we go. So come up, hands underneath your shoulders, and then back down, pushing through your forearms. Now use your thighs, use your glutes, and use your tummy to keep the rest of your body as still as possible. So try not to sway through the hips as you lift up to that extended position. Come on, stay strong. 20 seconds left. So remember, if you start feeling this in your lower back, it's time to put your knees down. Almost there. Well done, last one. Brilliant. Head at the other end of the mat, elbow underneath your shoulder. Back to your side bends, not yet, you've got a break. So you lift your hips up and high. Option, keeping this bottom knee down. So here's your option. Otherwise, lift high, reach the top arm up and over. So the same as before. Try and keep your leg, at least your top leg, as straight as you can throughout the full range. Well done. We've got 20 seconds remaining. So you might feel this through your forearm now, but later on, you're going to feel it all the way down through your sides. 10 seconds. Lift up as high as you can every time. Well done. 15-second break. Onto your back. Next move is those rotations. So you're going to lift up, side, center, down, and the same on the other side. Ready? Here we go. So high, elbows open, center, release, and the same thing on the other side. So you're going to push that lower back right down into the mat. Keep your elbows open. Remember, your hands are just supporting your head. Don't pull on the head. So nice big range every time. Come on, you're doing well. You've got 15 seconds. Nice big reach over to the side. Almost. 2 seconds. Well done. Hold that down. And your final move for round 2. Fingertips up to your toes. And then down, option, hands to head, bent legs. Here we go. 50 seconds. Lift high. and release. Head and shoulders up every time. Long arms and long legs. So remember, your lower back stays down. If it starts to lift, that's where you end the range of movement for today. Particularly as your tummy starts to tire, your lower back might start to feel a little bit weaker. And that's why we're here. 15 seconds, reach high. And remember to take the option before you think about giving up. 5 seconds. Well done. Take that down. Head back to the other end of the mat. Your final round is your double leg circles. Hands into the lower back if it helps. Knees up, straight legs, double or single, all the way around, and then all the way back. Option. It's fine to take an option, especially in round 3, as your tummy starts to tire. Keep the back down on the hands or on the mat, and keep your tummy in nice and tight. Point the toes, keep the legs together, keep the chin right into the chest. Come on, 12 seconds. Five seconds. Well done. Then come up onto your elbows. So from here, we're going to have nice straight legs, then bring your knees into the chest and take the legs away. 3 more seconds. Tummy in, chest up. Here we go. So as you take the legs away, really squeeze your thighs. As you bring the knees in towards the chest, pull your tummy in as tight as you can. And again, if you want to work slightly harder, you can take your legs further towards the floor. Remember, that's not at the expense of your lower back. You can also just take away single legs. Options before giving up, remember. Come on, 11 seconds. Almost there. I can feel this. Last few seconds. Well done. 15 seconds off. Next move, elbow under the shoulder. It's your last set of side bends. Remember, your option is to keep that bottom knee down. 3 seconds. Here we go. So push the weight through your forearm. And make sure, even if your bottom knee is down on the floor, that you're still doing a big range every time. Well done. 30 seconds remain. Lift high. Just try and keep your feet down on the floor as well. So as you lift the hips, just try to avoid coming up onto your toes. I want all of the work to be in your obliques in this bit here. Nearly done. Well done. Take that down. It's into the hover and the plank. So from here, you'll hold your whole body parallel to the floor, come up and back down. Option is to keep your knees on the floor. Here we go. So from there, up, hands under the shoulders and back down. Try and keep it a nice, smooth, clean transition so you're not pushing your hips from side to side. Use all of those muscles in your midsection and your glutes and your thighs to keep everything as stable as you can. And remember, anything happening in your lower back, then it's fine to place your knees down on the floor. Options are good. Almost there. Abs in, come on, last bit. Well done. Take that down. And then your head at the other end of the mat. It's your last set of side bends for today. Same option that you chose on the other side. So if your knee was down there, it's down here. Otherwise, straight legs. So remember that tip I gave you last time about your feet. Just make sure as you lift, you're not bringing your heels up off the floor. So the full foot stays down all the time. Hips nice and high. Reach that top arm all the way up and over the head. Good job. You've got 10 more seconds. So this workout is going to be over in 2 more minutes. Well done. Onto your back. We've got just 2 more moves. So remember these rotations, heels underneath your knees. 7-second break for now. Push your lower back down. Tummy tight, hands to head. Lift, side, center, halfway down. And then the other side, same thing. Elbows open, tummy tight, and your lower back pushing right down. So also remember here, your hands are only supporting your head. Don't pull on the head, otherwise your abs might be tempted to switch off because they think your neck is doing the work. Good job, we've got 15 seconds, and then we've got a 15-second break before our final exercise for the class today. Well done. So remember this one, head and shoulders high, fingertips to toes, option, hands to head and bent legs. 5 seconds to go. Here we go. Head and shoulders up, fingertips up to your toes every time. Now remember you're in control here of the range of movement. So if your back starts to lift, don't go down as far. Also, reduce the amount of weight you're lowering by just taking a single leg towards the floor. If you've got any problems in your head or neck, it's fine to place your hands onto your head again, just for support. So 15 more seconds. Almost there. Well done. So take that down and just nice big stretch. I'll just stop the clock. So from that position, just take one leg up in the air, or just quickly stretch off the hamstrings. Take your hand just above it, just below the knee, and pull that straight leg in towards the chest. Well done. Same thing on the other side. Well done, release that. And from there, just come up onto your knees and stretch through your hip flexors. So these muscles have worked really hard today. It's a great stretch. So just push forward, so your hip is further forwards than your knee and your chest is up high. Well done, and the same thing on the other side. It's great, so I hope you've enjoyed my abdominal workout today. Please feel free to click the like button, comment, and definitely subscribe. Thanks for coming, see you soon, bye.